Hello folks, in this video I'm going to talk about designer knives. Now here what I have with me are two classic examples of a collaboration between a knife manufacturer and a knife maker. Custom knives are pretty expensive to begin with. They are handmade and each of it is expected to be more or less perfect. Spyderco in particular, I'm talking about a knife that is made in 1990. The owner himself, Sal Glesser, is a good friend of the designer of this knife, Robert Terzuola. Now Terzuola, for the uninitiated, is the godfather of tactical knives. He started making knives in South America, and he's also quite an expert jade carver. He's a native of New York, and I believe Sal has met him many times at the New York shows and all that. And in the late 80s, Sal spoke to Bob and asked him if he could come up with a better knife. So the C-15 Terzuola was born. This particular knife itself was revolutionary. It uses a liner lock system. Now what you see here is basically an integral lock. When you pop open the knife, the lock will sit in place, preventing the blade from closing. Quite an ingenious design, and it actually makes the knives really slick. And the C-15 was also revolutionary at the time. It uses an aluminum handle, and it was actually built purely for utility. The tactical part about it is the fact that it's a one hand opener. You can close with one hand and open with one hand, and the tip itself is very special. It's designed in such a way to prevent breakage. So you have here an example of 50-50 edge, the spider edge on the back half of the knife, and the plain edge. And the Terzuola itself was quite an interesting knife. It features Bob's signature logo here, the edge snub, which is the Mayan god of flint and edge tools. This is a trademark for Bob Terzuola's knife, and it uses the ep37 steel, which is known for corrosion resistance, and also not so prone to wear. The edge retention on this knife is said to be pretty good. And for its first run, about 3,500 of these knives were numbered. So for collectors, they have a number that is actually scribed onto the knife here near the round hole. You can see there's a 4-digit number. And I think this is a highly collectible if you're into Spydercos. Now I also have with me a knife that is actually designed by Spyderco's team itself. The C-19 Terzuola Jr. is a smaller knife compared to the C-15. It also features the same edge configuration, and you can see that very faintly. I don't know whether you can see it on the video, but this is edge 0061. Now this was introduced 4 years later in 1994 as demands were really good, and it has Bob's signature god of flint and H2 logo here on the blade, and you can see that this knife has been well used and quite worn. A little bit of history about this knife. I bought this actually used from a Danish knife maker by the name of Jens Anso. It came as a real delight because both knives, as you can see here, were actually owned by him. And as far as these are concerned in the collector's market, it can give you back some return. I mean, you won't lose money losing on this knife at all. And whatever you see here, it features Spyderco's hallmark innovation like the pocket clip and the cutting edge steel that they use here, you know. Well, yeah, that's on designer knives by Spyderco, the Terzuola. I have another Terzuola which I would like to talk about in the next video. So yeah, C-15 and C-19. Thank you very much for watching.